What's going on? It's George Reese from GeorgeReese.com. Today we got one of the young fellas out of Columbus, man. Gonna be doing big things in the future. We got Trey Burke. What's going on, man? All right, for those who don't know, Trey's from Columbus. Like I said, he was Mr. Basketball in the state of Ohio, which is a big accomplishment. He went to Northland High School. From what I hear, they say they got a dynasty. Got some good players to come out of there, but he's doing some big things. I just want to talk about his work ethic, man, going to the next level. Tell everybody where you from originally, man. What side of town you from?
From Eastside Columbus, Corvallis, Livingston area.
Well, you look at that. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Grew up in the East Side. Right. Family from the East Side, but
okay.
At heart I'm both North Side and East Side. So.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm East Side too. Off the Courtright Pleasanton, man. That's where I grew up. Johnson Park. I give everybody some insight, man. You played for one of the a lot of guys that came out of Columbus know this guy. You played for Sash Summersville, Northland. How was your experience playing for Sash?
It was a real good experience. Coach Shelley was a great teacher in the game, good coach. He he was hard on this, and a lot of players couldn't take that. But one thing that I did learn from playing for him is I could take criticism, and at the next level I'm gonna need that. And another thing that Coach Shelley was good at was discipline. He disciplined all his players. What I'm saying? He held you accountable.
Right.
So, it helped me out at the next level.
Right. Okay, being held accountable. That's good to learn at a young age. How many titles, man? City League titles did Northland win while you were there?
I got 4. And, I'm kind of happy. Like I said, I'm the only player to me, Jared, and JD, the only players to go throughout the city without an L.
That's tough, man. 4 years, all 4 years in high school, we won the City League championship. He's talking about JD Witherspoon and Jared Summers, who are also attending the Ohio State University right now. Did y'all play independence in your career at Northland?
Nope.
Never
scrimmaged them.
Scrimmaged them?
Gave them buckets. Okay. Nah, I'm playing, but yeah, we scrimmaged them though. Never played them on the actual game. They're in the South Division.
Right.
City, so.
Independence High School. 76 in Eastside. All right, man. What I noticed, hearing your name ring out in the city of Columbus and being on a good team, I noticed that you got better every year, man. Can you tell some of the young kids that happen to be watching this video some tips or some insight on how you were able to improve every year?
You just gotta stay in the gym. You gotta be dedicated to the game. And, you gotta have a passion for it. And, you gotta make sacrifices. That's one thing I did. Starting last year, really 2 years ago, once I started working out with Ann, he got me to the point where I was hungry. Every day I wanted to be in the gym, and that made me a better player. That's really about it. It's about work ethic and working on your weaknesses.
Right.
You know what your weaknesses are better than anybody else. So you get in the gym, you work on them. Make your weaknesses your strengths. Make you a way better player.
Now you're talking about Anthony Rodman, and that's WeAreInGuysImage.com. Check him out. Definitely a good product he got going on. And for those who don't know, Trey and Anthony also have the Journey to Ann Arbor. It hurts to say that, but it's really good videos, man. It talks about Anthony and Trey. Summers ago, just putting in work in the gym, traveling and putting in work, and it's really something good. It definitely was a breath of fresh air seeing young kids put in work like that and being dedicated. So definitely check out the Journey to Ann Arbor.
About 5 episodes.
All right, like I said before, Trey earned Mr. Basketball in the state of Ohio, and that's back-to-back for Northland, winning Mr. Basketball. Another guy won it. How did you feel, man, when you won Mr. Basketball in the state of Ohio?
I was happy, but I wasn't satisfied. Of course, I would have been upset if I wouldn't have won it.
Right.
But when I won it, I was real excited. My mom came in and told me about it, man. It was just a blessing.
Okay.
It was a goal that I set forth coming into high school. Really, I would say going into my senior year, but coming into high school was something that I always wanted to win. I always wanted to win that award. Seeing Jared win it his junior and senior year, and then me winning it, it's just a blessing from God.
I got a question. Were you the favorite going into your senior year to win Mr.?
It wasn't really no favorite. Like Jared's senior year, he was a favorite.
Right.
Everybody pretty much knew he was going to win it. It was up for grabs.
So it's safe to say that you went up. You took advantage of it and got
the award, and I put my mind to it, visualized it.
Right.
Each and every night, I made sure I got the win for the most part.
Right. That's big, man. A lot of kids out here, they pay attention to all these scouting services, recruiting things, and they think that just because they're not picked to do it or rated high, that they can't achieve, at the highest level. And it's good that you wasn't the favorite early on, but you went and took Mr. Basketball. So now we're going to talk about Trey is going, the next transition with Trey signed with Michigan Wolverines, I think that's the name. And can you tell us about, being a Columbus guy, man, it's tough for me to talk about Michigan through the interview, but I mean, it is what it is. Can you tell us about being a Columbus guy, how tough that was, or if it was tough at all for you to make that decision to go to Michigan?
Yeah, it was pretty tough because my family was, coming up in all Ohio State. I was Old State football.
Right.
I'll be honest, I was never an Ohio State basketball fan, but Ohio State football,
Right.
I rode with them all the way up, until Michigan started recruiting me. And, my recruiting process was stressful. It was like it was a lot of schools calling me and stuff, and I just pretty much, after I decommitted from Penn State, I just pretty much wanted to get it over with. And once Michigan came in place, Coach Beeline and Coach Meyer, called me, told me that they was interested and wanted me to get down on campus, take visits. I took an official there and went to a football game. And, I just love the atmosphere. The fans made me feel good. And, players, they made me feel like family. And once my official came, that was pretty much the icing on the cake. Yeah. And once I committed there, it was even more love. It's a place. It's a good place for me, a good fit. God blessed me. Darius left. God blessed him, sent him to the NBA. Now I got a chance to come in, start.
It's good. It's great you say that. You lay right into it. They say Coach Beeline has a very good, favorable offense for guards, man. And I know he's talked to you about that. So, what are some of your goals for your freshman season at Michigan?
Come in, of course, make it to the tournament. As far as team, win the Big Ten, of course.
Ohio State is in the Big Ten.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we got their next.
Right.
Win the Big Ten. As far as personal accolades, I want to be really freshman of the year, Big Ten. Come in, average, 17 and 10. Really, that's just one of my personal goals. And, I know I can do it. Put my mind to it. Keep working hard. It's all about hard work in my eyes. I seen it done, me winning Mr. Basketball just showed me that, whatever I put my mind to, I have faith in, I can do it.
Okay. That means he's hungry still. He's still hungry. Yeah. All right, since we was talking about that, like you said, your former teammates, J.D. Witherspoon and Jared Sullinger, were at North Monero, both Buckeyes right now. Is there going to be any little something added, if they come to Ann Arbor or you come to Columbus, is there going to be something a little extra in that game?
Of course. It's going to be a lot. I can't wait. That's going to be one of the biggest games. I don't know what the first game is, but I know February 18th, college game day, they come in.
Okay. So I wonder if y'all play them twice, because I know sometimes, you might play different opponents.
Yeah, we play them twice. We play them twice. They're in our division. They come to Ann Arbor at the 18th, and it's going to be big. Me playing against Jared and JD, it's going to be something that I'm not used to.
Right.
I'm always in their team.
Right.
As far as me and Jared from 4th grade, we've been playing together. It's just going to be weird, but I ain't going to be their friends on the court, but I'm trying to win. Just like everybody else.
Not supposed to. All right, man. Well, I wish you much success. Appreciate you doing the interview.
No problem.
You got any people can follow you at maybe on Facebook or Twitter or anything?
Just follow me at Trey Burke 3, Trey, capital T, lowercase REY _ Burke 3. Just follow me on Twitter.
Good. We'll holler at you.